back, everyone. Today is International Women's Day, and in honor of that, Maria's here to show us how to make a DIY friendship bracelet for all the important women in our lives. Maria, this is such a sweet idea.
Oh, I mean, I love this day. So International Women's Day, like you said, a day to really show all the women in your life how much you care about them and appreciate them. It's a Hallmark Smiley Day, so another reason to have a holiday, which I love so much, and a way to empower all of the women that you have. Like, for instance, I have all of our little pockets of friends, and I love my work girlfriends. And you can see here just us playing at work, and we're just so happy. All of the women that I work with here, I truly adore, and I just have so much respect for, and it's just, I really want to take this day to have a little gesture to show them that it's the little things really that make a big impact too, and these little friendship bracelets are just the sweetest thing.
And I'd like to say that I'm grateful to be able to do this segment with you because I mean, obviously, you are all in my life as well as my the women in my life at home.
You have great women
and
in your life.
I'm very grateful. So this is a nice idea, and I know we're going to get started. The first thing that we do for these bracelets is to measure the size, right? Measure the size of the wrist.
Exactly. So this is something that you can. It's really forgiving. So if you were kind of concerned, like this is a present, and I want to give it to somebody I don't necessarily know. I made one for Debbie's little girl, and I used my son as my model.
Yeah, perfect.
But yeah,
it's my favorite kind of DIY, ones that are forgiving.
Exactly, and so it's like you can kind of err on the side of caution and just make them actually smaller than you think. So this is your wrist, Cameron, obviously. So I'm taking your wrist and measuring. So okay, so look at, I have about 8.5 inches there. So I know that that's about how long I want my beads themselves to be.
Okay.
And but as you do this, you can kind of customize it as well. So for instance, I'm not worried about my string being a certain length because I want it to be extra long.
Got it.
So this is the most important part. So is this string. So this is the string that it's an elastic string specifically for making jewelry. And so you can see here it actually pulls like this. So when you're
if you make it a little too small, then it's okay because it's going to stretch.
Yes, it's gonna be able to get on and off very easy. Oh, you can see I have one on.
And if it's a little too big, it gets caught on your hand too, coming down. So
yeah, you want to err on it being a little bit smaller. So that's what I have here, just like that. Okay, so then the next step is to get the whatever beads you like. So for this look, I really wanted to go with the round beads like this, and these are 8mm beads. And the biggest thing with this is you see the beautiful beads there. You want to make sure that whatever string you have, because this is going to come in different thicknesses as well, you want to make sure that you're able to actually fit it into the bead, and that's something that's very easy to do, because you don't want to have to worry about getting a needle and threading it through and things like that as well. So Cameron, I'm going to let you make one for whichever woman you like. Okay, so you can do whatever colors you like. The pink is, I know she likes pink, so you can get started with that. And as you do that, that's where you would kind of, as you go, perfect, see, like that. You don't have to worry about tying a knot or anything like that, and you just keep going.
Exactly.
And you can kind of test it on your wrist if like, oh, okay, I know hers is going to be slightly smaller than mine, and then that's it. And so this is what I have here.
So eventually you get to this.
Eventually you would get to this, and it's the same thing of stringing it on. So when I did this one just kind of on my own wrist. I would take this here, and I would put it through.
Okay.
And you can see, I can see how it's going to be a little snug there. And I could either add a bead or I could take it away, but I think this is going to be just the right measurement for my wrist.
Okay, so that's how you do the final check, huh? I'm just going to keep on adding.
Yeah, you keep going. And so
now you're going to tie it together.
I am. So this is another thing that's extremely foolproof. What I love about this too is this is something that, because stringing the beads are really good for dexterity, you can do this with kids who are younger as well. Because yeah, it's actually, you know, obviously you want to have kids that are not necessarily like 2, but Grant, for instance, is 5, and he could make something to say for his teacher or something like that.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, so what I'm doing here is I'm just doing a double knot. And that is where I say it's just foolproof.
Now, can I just say this though, because it's a little elastic.
Yes.
Is there any chance that a double knot isn't quite enough for this?
You are 100% accurate. Okay. So the reason why I do this, so here you can see here, see how it pulls like this, and what I'm going to do on the knot, because this will come undone if you just leave it as is. What I'm going to do is I'm going to reach over you. Actually, if you don't mind taking this off for me.
You got it. I'm really focused on it.
You are.
Give me a job. I'm going to do it.
Okay.
Is that all I do?
Yep. This is just a super glue. Okay. And all I do is I pull this out so you can kind of see where the knot is, and I put a little dab of the super glue. Now this is super strong, that's why it's called super glue, and all I do is I do this, and I actually like doing it so that the two beads touch.
That is such a great idea.
Yeah, and I promise you, this will stay like this. You want it to let it set up, give it a few hours, it works really fast, and then you can see I have one right here that I've already done. This is already hardened up.
And not only does it like keep that knot closed, it also hides the knot a little bit more effectively. Yeah.
So you can see right there, you can't even tell. And after that, you just pop it on. And you're good to go.
But we're not done yet. We could be done.
We could be,
But we've got these great tassels, these pre-made tassels.
These tassels are so much fun. So you can get these pre-made, and there's little jump rings on there. And so for instance, what you can do when you have this here, you take the jump ring, you open it, and just attach it this way, and you just close it up, and that's it. And if they're not the right length that you want, what you can do is just use your fabric scissors and cut to a certain length, and then you're good to go. And you don't have to add these. These are definitely more costume type jewelry because, if you're washing dishes and stuff, you wouldn't want to have the tassel on, but this is good for when you're actually just, getting dressed up.
I like that final touch.
Exactly.
You got to close it on there good. Now, before we go, I want to also see how beautifully displayed you have these. If you're going to give them as a gift, what a great little touch there.
So, yeah, you can go, and this is where you can actually just go, and this is designed on a computer, no special program or anything. Find a word that you like, that you think will, explain the person that you love. So courageous, kind, strong, anything that's going to give them a little bit of, show them the appreciation and what you think of them. I think, okay, let's see. You know what? I think you need to take this one with you, cheerful.
Oh,
I think you need to take that one, and I think you need to take strong. I'm going to give you these two right here to take home. And you can finish
This will be
your
Layla,
bracelet.
this will be Vanessa.
Yes.
How about that? Happy International Women's Day.
Happy International Women's Day.
I love it.